Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. You've been doing okay?
Yeah, you know, I really like this class.
Yes. Yeah, it's all good. It's in yoga, it's good for anyone. Not everybody knows it though. Yeah. Yeah.
Every time I walked into a class, I had one instructor who was so good, and she always called on me to take her class.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember walking in one day, standing on the step, turning around, facing the class, and saying, "She's not here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm teaching. If you don't want to stay, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But if you stay, I'll give you the best class I can."
Mm-hmm.
And then I turn around, face the mirror, and watch half or 3/4 of the class walk out and put their steps up.
Yeah, exactly. No, you cannot. I mean, yeah, some people get attached to the teacher more so than to the practice. So they always want, like, you know, that personal connection, which is fine. But it's also good to explore, to spread, you know, your experience a little bit, because everybody's got something to offer in a different way. Something that that person didn't have, you had for sure, you know, but people did not see that. So
yeah, you know, I understand, you know, favorites, and I understand that.
mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's always true for me. It's a growing process.
That is true. Exactly.
I perfect something
Mm-hmm.
in my class. I
Exactly.
better.
You get a chance to, yeah. All right. Wow, look at us. It's 11. Let's get started. The recording is on. The video is on. We are good to go. All right. So today it's yin yoga for shoulders and neck. So this will be amazing, because who doesn't have tension in the shoulders and neck? We'll just need a bolster and a blanket, and maybe your 2 blocks are always good to have. The bolster for sure we will use a small one. If you want a big one for later, that would be good as well. So first pose is gonna be nice and easy. We're gonna be in Shavasana. And here we can have the legs elevated on our bolster if we want, okay? So we're gonna start nice and easy in Shavasana. We lift the legs off the floor a little bit, and then make sure that low back stretches, and then lay them back down, either on the mat or on your bolster. So we're having that low back sink into the floor. And hands can be resting on our belly with the elbows on the floor. So we're simply gonna start by stretching the neck as we drop the head to the left. So stretch here to your most comfortable point, dropping that chin to the left. We're observing what happens on the right side of the body. It's a very gentle, minimal stretch, but it goes deep as we get to hold here. And the gravity is going to help you create a different version of the pose as it deepens a little by little as we hold. So let's connect here into the belly breaths as we can feel the belly rising and dropping. Just noticing the breath in, belly rising into your hands. And breath out, maybe the belly sinks towards the back of the spine, expelling all the air out. Deepen the breath. full, rich inhale. You may have a pause at the top of the inhale. Your chance to create space in the lungs. And we release the breath out, softly, gently squeezing the navel to the spine. Maybe exhalation is longer than the inhalation. And we have a tiny pause at the end. And then when your body hungers for breath, allow the belly to rise. Allowing the next breath to come in. Pause, keeping that breath in the body. And exhale softly, gently, and fully, releasing any tension, any stress out of your body system. And continue to breathe this way, really connecting deeply with the breath, which is the prana force in your body. It's the energy, the chi that keeps us alive. And as we breathe this way, we intentionally collect some of this energy into the lower belly, or it can be a storage of prana. It's our internal prana that we get to store and use when we need later on. Notice maybe now that your chin is actually closer to your shoulder as you allow the gravity to help you. Trying to keep the shoulders down, of course, no lifting on the right side, no force, just being gentle and allowing the body to do what it wants to do in this pose. Which will be a deep open stretch into the base of the neck, side of the neck, all the way to the base of the skull. We hold a lot of tension in our neck, and it's very important to keep the neck vertebrae open and the vagus nerve active so we can have good energy flowing through the meridians, through the chakras, and to keep the cervical vertebrae open and flowing. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring the chin slowly back to center with that inhalation, very gently. And with the next full exhalation, we're gonna gently drop the head to the right. Just noticing the tiny vertebrae moving against each other, lubricating as they move. The vagus nerve activating, the scallions stretching, lengthening, and opening. The scallions are a group of muscles on each side of the neck that support our heads all day as we sit and stand. So it gets a lot of tension, a lot of force. And gravity pulls on it. So now we get a chance to open and stretch it. So notice any differences between the two sides. You may feel quite different on this other side. Just acknowledging, taking in as information, as feedback from the body. Does this right side enjoys the compression or does it feel a little too much? If it is, just back off a little bit. You can always readjust. In yoga, it's about kindness, about gentleness, about openness, creating space, and freedom of movement. Soothe your body with the breaths. Just opening up into the belly, into the prana. With each breath in, storing energy, and releasing stagnation, stress, and tension with each breath out. And feel the stretch through the trapezius, rhomboids, base of the neck, base of the skull, behind your ear. What's the volume, Diane? Can you hear me? All right, so now we'll transition from this pose, getting the legs off the bolster if you had them on the bolster. And this time we may have either the blanket or the bolster above our head. We may need it or we may not, we'll find out. So we're gonna be laying down flat, same position. We're gonna stretch through the heels, bring the left leg out, flex the foot and exhale, drop it down. And inhale, lift the right leg, press through the heel and exhale, drop it down to make sure we have length in the spine. And we're gonna walk the feet to the right edge of the mat. We're gonna create a banana asana with the body. Bring the head over to the right a little bit as well. And then we're gonna cross the arms overhead, grabbing the elbows in the hands. So if your elbows are really off the floor, then you wanna rest them on that bolster or blanket. That's why we need that bolster on top of the head. Because you don't want them floating, you wanna have some gentle support. All right, so whichever posture you choose here is still gonna help the body. Opening into those shoulders. Hips are staying stuck on the floor, back of the legs. Shoulder blades on the floor. Elbows may be on your bolster or on the floor. And head is really kind of a little bit to the right, but still looking up. We're not turning to the right. So we're gonna allow this banana pose to take effect in the body. You wanna feel that stretch starting at your ankle, all the way up to the hip crest. And then it actually continues on from the hip crest to the rib cage, to the armpit, to the elbow. And after a while, you wanna deepen the stretch. You can pull that left elbow a little bit more to the right. But you may not need to do that. You may stay quite active throughout the pose. Or also, if it's ever too much, you want to back off. You want to feel that the energy flows and it's never stagnant. We are opening actually the stagnation in the body, but sometimes when we overdo the pose, we get to be counteractive. We're not allowing the energy to flow, we are suppressing it. So we have to find the right balance, the right appropriate edge for each posture. You're gonna feel that we are on the edge between comfort and discomfort. That way we know it's the appropriate edge for our body today. And send the energy of those deep breaths to the area that trigger your attention mostly. For me today is the top of the hip bone. You may have against the knee or your ankle or rib cage or armpits, elbow. Breathe into those resistant points, hold the breath there, and bring your mind intention and transform that area. The power of the breath and the power of the mind can be amazing when they are brought together. You can transform, transmute stagnant old energy into fresh, vibrant, and new. The holding of the poses is the magic in yoga. The time effect has a tremendous impact on each and every shape. Because the yin yoga has to penetrate deep to the cartilage, to the bone, to the connective tissue, not just in the muscles. All the other calisthenics are just basically superficially working and sometimes even overworking the muscles. And we never to get past the muscles, to the tendons, to the cartilage, to the bone marrow. And they all do need to open and vibrate and lubricate and expand and flow. So through yin yoga, we open up the meridians. Meridians are channels of energy flow in the body. When the energy stagnates, we suffer. Stagnant energy is basically translated into pain. So we are undoing the effect of that stagnation so we don't have to experience pain again. Notice maybe your elbow releases closer to the earth. Maybe you feel more openness through the tricep muscle or armpit area, increasing the chi flow for the lymphatic vessels. So if you release the toxic waste, the stale energy, the lymph out of the body. And now we will gently and slowly bring the heads and the elbows back to center. And then bend the left knee and the right knee. Bring the hips to center and the feet align with the hips. Let's take a break in the center, rocking the knees side to side with the feet deeply apart. Just moving the energy from hip to hip a little bit. Moving that energy into our hips a little bit deeper. Windshield wipers side to side. Very slow, very gentle, mindful movements. And now we'll bring everything back to center and stretch the legs out. Lift the left leg, press to the heel, lengthen. Exhale, drop it down. Lift the right leg, press to the heel and extend it, drop it down. Now walk the feet to the left edge of the mat and the upper body towards the left edge of the mat. Now grabbing the right elbow into the left hand, creating a frame around our head. If you need a small bolster or small blanket, use it. And connect with the breath. And take notice which area in the body gets more pull in this side. How does it feel? If it's too much, back off. If it's not enough, pull that elbow a little further, finding that perfect edge. Taking the strongest, deepest breaths along with your mind intention to those areas that need it most. Being the healers of our own body. In this universe, it's all about energy. There's energy around us, there's energy inside of us. And we, as humans, we have the job to create a perfect balance between those energies. And when we find internal balance, when the chi that is yin and yang is fully balanced, we experience comfort in the body and peace in the mind. That is the ultimate purpose of yoga. And that's what we always seek, even though we may not even know that we are. But that's what we ultimately want from yoga and from life, to have that perfect balance. We flow with ease, without resistance. In yin yoga, we get to communicate deeply with our body, the soma. It's a somatic system that we get to experience. It's the feeling part of us. You get to feel how it is to be in this pose. And you get to experience great benefits of chi flow in the body, which can bring us more health, more joy, more happiness, more openness, more connection to ourselves and to others. All right, last 2 breaths here. And let's slowly bring the head and arms back to center, and then the feet back into center. This time, take a big long stretch up and down. Inhale, point the toes, stretch the arms, lengthen through your whole body. And exhale, release the arms to the side. After 2 breaths here in neutral, we start to move the body into a new shape. So as you inhale, bend the knees, come to your sides, and we'll get up to sit. We'll sit comfortably in bound angle with our knees supported or our thighs supported. We're gonna have the blocks to our side, feet together in front of us, just to support our hinges, right? If you don't need them, don't use them. Okay, now we're gonna lift up spine tall to begin with, and we're gonna get the left arm on the right to create an eagle pose. Whichever variation of the eagle pose you can do, maybe only the backs of the hands touch, or maybe you can get the palms to touch. It doesn't matter. So first we're gonna lift up, just feel that intention, that power in your arms. Then we're gonna exhale and slightly tilt the spine and the whole body forward. So you can feel a downward pull, a little bit of gravity. I'm gonna hold here. So this is gonna be the challenge, to hold the pose at 60-degree angle. So we're not at 90-degree anymore. We're just hovering over at 60. And we breathe. If your thumb happens to be close to your eyebrow, you can choose to press that thumb into the eyebrow point. This will increase the vibration of the pineal gland, of the Ajna chakra, increase our inspiration, intuition, and concentration. We're opening up between the shoulder blades, getting the stagnation out of shoulders, trapezius, rhomboids. That area between the shoulder blades holds a lot of tension. And some of it, it's emotional. The emotion of grief we tend to hold in this area. And the other thing that ancient discovered about this stagnation in the shoulders and neck, it's the internal heat we create. When we are angry, when we suppress emotions, when we are frustrated, there's this internal heat arising, right? So now it has to go somewhere, and it just goes in the neck and shoulders and head, causing tension, stagnation, headaches, neck pain, and all of the above. So in yin yoga, we get to open up these blockages Even though it may be hard in a moment, we are getting through some blockages and stagnation and eventually get to the other side where we can be pain-free. But of course, this can gather back up, so we have to do it over and over and over. And if we haven't done this pose at all before or not much, it's going to take a few times until it feels somewhat comfortable. So just do what you can at first. Hold, come out if you need to, come back again. Just know that you can progress slowly, gradually, mindfully, and gently. Yeah. So arms across your shoulder, it's a great variation that we may be able to do at first. And as the body opens more, we can try something different next time. All right. Breathe through that stagnation. It's gonna feel heavy, it's gonna feel deep, it's gonna feel overwhelming. Just breathe strong, deep, and have those holds, those pauses where you can expand that energy around. And let's go ahead and inhale and slowly rise. Release the arms, release the legs. We're going to shake them down a little bit. So just take your arms, shake them loosely from the wrist, from the elbow, from the shoulders. Just let go of some of that tension and then shake the legs as well. Just do any liberating movement that feels good. All right. And now we're going to inhale and come back into the pose for the other side. This time you may find your feet closer to you. And now right elbow goes under and create your version of eagle pose, or cross the elbows and grab your shoulders. And have that lean forward, hinging from the hips. And maybe now your thumb can press, your right thumb can press into the eyebrow. And use those deep, strong, meaningful breaths. Liberate yourself in the pauses between the breaths. And notice tiny pauses between the thoughts. First, your mind will try to fight you. Will say, oh, get out of the pose, doesn't feel good. Get out now. And you say, no, 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 mind, I'm going to stick with this. It's good for my body. Let go, restlessness, come here. So you are the charioteer and you are controlling the horses of your mind. Notice that heat rising, that's okay, it's on its way out. You can feel it at the base of the rib cage, right between the shoulder blades, around your shoulders. Just breathe and be with that sensation. It's just a message to you, it's telling you that your body's been stagnant, it's been stuck. And you're moving forward, you're getting it unstuck. Those are deep embedded tensions in the body, and they're also embedded with emotions. Grief, tension, fear, anxiety, hate, grief, anything that's negative, let it go through the out breath. Breath is amazing. With the breath in, we get a chance to energize, revitalize, become fresh and new with each and every inhalation. And exhalation brings us freedom, space, release. And the pauses are the glimpses into eternity. The pauses are space in the body, elevation, and enlightenment in the mind. Sometimes, like it's been always said, we have to use tension to get tension out. And this may feel kind of like that, like a nail in the wall needs to be taken out by another nail. So you may feel like that a little bit today. This is an intense pose. Just because it goes against a lot of resistance, not because it's intense on its own. And let's slowly and gently come on out, lift the body. Release the arms, and let them go. Shake them down a little bit. Shake down the legs. And do a little bit of side to side movement here. Just kind of moving that energy of the rib cage a bit. Nice, all right. Now we're gonna go into Sphinx pose. We don't need the blocks anymore. So let's come to our belly. Elbows align with the shoulders. Palms down. And first you're gonna inhale, lengthen the left leg, bring it up. Press through the heel and lengthen that spine and drop it back down. Right side, same thing. Lift the leg, press through the heel, lengthen, and exhale, drop it down. So we have that length in the spine. So we don't compress those lumbar vertebrae. Okay, now elbows align with the shoulders. Make sure they're aligned properly and next to the body. We're gonna exhale, drop the head to the left. And then bring the chin towards the arm, the side of the chest. So first reach left and then down. Feel that strength, that deep line of energy on your right side. This one can be deep too, so do your best with your breath. It's gonna get the whole right side, not just the neck. It's gonna start from your low back, through the lats, the base of the neck, cervical vertebrae, base of the head, behind the ear. Lots of tension we get to release here. And let the body be taken away by gravity, especially the head, of course. Hopefully you don't hear my vertebrae cracking, but they are. My whole neck is like, ooh, being noisy. And that's a good thing, actually. Cracking joints is not a bad thing. That means that they're moving. All right, let's go ahead and inhale. Bring the head back up into neutral. Lean the head on the hands for a moment. Lengthen the back of the neck. Take 2 breaths right in the center. All right, and bring it back up to the elbows. Drop the head to the right, and then chin towards the chest, towards the right side of the chest. And let the gravity take effect. You can close the eyes and focus between the eyebrows, connecting deep within, having an internal experience of this posture. And this practice can be quite deep today, so do drink a lot of water. Put some Himalayan salt in your water or drink some alkaline water, pH 9.5 or more. And expect for this to take effect for the next 24 to 48 hours. He may still do miracles for you. Some of the poses have immediate effect and some have delayed effect. But just know that the miracles do happen in your body. And they're actually happening all the time. It's a miraculous system that knows how to do, what to release, what to withdraw, how much to release, how much to take. And it readjusts all the time. Very intelligent system, this body. All right, 2 more breaths. All right, inhale, bring it back to center. Gonna press back to child's pose next. So we're gonna come into the hands and knees first. I'm gonna bring that left arm out to the side, and then we're gonna bring it under, thread the needle through that right arm. And we're gonna drop the left ear to the floor. Then we drop the hips back into a child's pose the best we can. And letting that left arm stretch. This should feel really good after the other pose. It's the opposite pose, it's a releasing pose. We're opening and breathing into that left side of the body. Creating space between the shoulder blade and the spine. Filling in that space with some fresh, vibrant energy and circulation and flow. So we're going to expand our capacity of the lungs, of the breathing ability, of our heart space. Increasing our energy so we can endure what life throws at us. The last couple of breaths. If you want to bring the right arm up and over around the waist towards the left side, you can do so and bring the palm towards the body. To open that right shoulder as well. But you don't have to, just the variation. And go ahead and release that right arm back down. Press into the right hand and come on up. Lift up to the tabletop and bring the right hand out. And then as you exhale slightly through and under the left, drop the right ear to the floor and sit your sit bones back towards the heels, coming into a child's pose. Left arm can stay long, right in front, above the head. Connect with the breath here. Find your space. That space between the shoulder blade and spine. Expand that space and fill it in with vibrant light energy.
For the next few breaths, if we want to open up more into the left shoulder and heart center, we can bring the left arm around to the back. And see if the palm can rotate to face the body. Or if you're reaching deep enough, you can bring it into your right thigh. Breathe here, opening the right side in the back and the left side in the front. Soften with each exhalation. Energize and expand with each inhalation. Release the left hand now. Bring it to the front. Press into the hand and lift. Let's come back to child's pose. And we'll transition into a puppy pose now. When the hips are lifted on top of the knees, and we drop the elbows down. And now the left hand is gonna come behind the shoulder blades. So we're gonna extend the right hand out a little bit more so we lengthen almost into a Sphinx pose in the front. And the left hand comes behind the body and the left shoulder blade towards the center a bit. And we're dropping the weight down into the front to feel that deep stretch that we want to create. But keep it on the edge that is comfortable. Just open the pecs, the tricep muscle, the bicep too. The armpit area, the lymphatic vessels in the armpit. Breathe into your heart. Because here it directly goes into the heart muscle as well. And we give protection to the back end of the heart as we put our palm into that area. We breathe through the side of the heart and the front of the heart. Supporting our heart center from all three directions. This upper body today from the waist up is really gotten detoxified of a lot of toxic waste in form of energy of stagnation, negative emotions, negative vibrations from other people, things we hold on to unnecessarily. And we feel free and liberated at the end. All right, let's release that side inhale. Bring the left elbow in, extend out a bit. And bring the right hand between the shoulders. Dropping the weight down into the front. If at any point this feels too much, you feel intense pain or tingling sensation, you're getting into the nerves too much, just back off and find a more comfortable edge. Because those are areas that are not accessed very much, even in yin yoga. So I'm gonna bring them in more often now when I realize that my own body struggles with this. 2 more breaths, guys. Almost here. You'll feel great energy very soon. All right, coming out slowly. We're gonna get a body onto our backs now. All right, we're gonna bring the left leg up. Right leg stays down and just shake out from the ankle, shake out the whole leg. This is gonna bring the energy down into the hip. Just gonna let go of any stagnation, any tension. All right, release that, do the same with the right. Just let that knee bend and let it be loose and shake from the ankle to the knee all the way into the hip. Vibration is really good for our body. All Chinese practice of Qigong, it's called vibrating Qigong, which means you vibrate your body cells. And release. Now bring both legs up, shake them down together. And let them go down. Now bring the arms down, shake them down too. From the wrist, from the fingers, from the elbows, from the shoulders, just let it go and soften, vibrate and shake. Shake, 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 more, more, more. This moves that energy around, gets it where it needs to go, liberates any unfreed energy, and moves it around to a better, stronger vibration of who you are. Okay, now let the arms be straight up, like you're plugging into the sky. You have these fingertips pointing up, strong arms lengthen, and receive, plugging into the universe, gathering some energy. Feel it flowing from your fingertips like a liquid, light energy flowing down your arms, into your shoulders, traveling to the heart, healing anything it finds on its way. Receive, allow this energy to fill you up. Your palms feel energized. They want to vibrate together. So you're going to feel a tension of energy between the palms as well. It's the chi flow, the yin and the yang. Yin in the left side, right side is the yang. trying to connect with each other, creating a balance in your nervous system. And now exhale, release the hands to the side. And rest in Shavasana, allowing all these energies to circulate, to balance your body system. Relax into the ground. Let go fully and completely. Let go of the body. Let go of the mind. Just be the breath, coming and going, like the waves of the ocean, bringing you to zero balance, perfect homeostasis, where you find your body in deep comfort and ease, and your mind in peace, calmness, and connectedness. One deep breath into the belly. Exhale completely. Bring the knees to the chest. Open your eyes. Squeeze the knees towards the body. Rock from side to side. Wake up that Kundalini Shakti at the base of your spine. So you have great energy for the day, for a lovely weekend. Come on up to your side. And sit up in the center. Hands to the heart. Inhale, we'll chant Om. Inhale up. Om. Feel the vibrations through all your chakras. Inhale. Om. Please open your channels of your chakras. Try it again. Inhale. Om. Shanti, Shanti, peace. Namaste. Have a great day, Diane. Thanks for joining me. And you too, Peggy and Brady. It's always lovely to have more people, more souls. Not really people, but souls. You're so welcome. How you doing there, my friend? Enjoying your Shavasana a little longer? No, that's great. All right, see you guys soon.